Agenda item 5, information and discussion on the statewide education and outreach plan.
Well, actually, that was a great segue into what we're going to discuss. Statewide education and outreach plan, we're going to talk a little bit about the background and the plan structure. Then, as Justin mentioned, I'll talk more about the review, our update that's currently going on, and our proposed revision, and next steps. So let's get started. The SIEC Strategic Initiative number 12, which you guys just saw, was all about creating an education and outreach plan. So last year, our office developed this plan. It was this 2011 plan, and the purpose is to provide information and also resources to our stakeholders. It's intended as a document that should encourage participation at all levels of government, and it's also intended for everybody statewide, not just for our PSIC office staff members to follow. Okay, the plan last year, as I mentioned, the 2011 plan was approved by PSCC at their April meeting. It is available online, so we provided the link. There are 7 sections in the plan. The first is the introduction, which gives information on the background and the purpose of the document. The second section are the goals that are supported by the plan. The third section, fundamental messages, and this is specific to the benefits of achieving interoperable communications. So there are some messages that people need to be aware of before they delve further into the plan. Fourth section, we provided some outreach tactics and methods for the stakeholders to use. Again, this is with the purpose of getting stakeholders to interact with one another and giving them some avenues for how to do that. Okay, number 5, stakeholder role. This section discusses the responsibilities I mentioned earlier at all levels of government. Leadership, our stakeholders, our responders, our NGOs, non-governmental organizations as well. There's also an appendix that's included in the plan to give people an idea that this is an inclusive document. It's not just for those of us here in the office or committee members or commission members. Section 6, this is one that I'll be talking about in a moment. Targeted interoperability topics. These are the topics which were deemed to be of high importance for the calendar year of the plan. So of course we're moving from 2011 to 2012. And then the last section deals with the next steps or the responsibilities of the stakeholders to continue efforts in regard to interoperable communications and improving those communications. As you're aware, we are in the middle of the update. We are moving forward, looking at the plan for accuracy. We hope to incorporate revisions that are based on the priorities for 2012. So that's the main point of this presentation. Section 6, which I noted during the last slide, will be the focus. In that section, the targeted interoperability topics, each topic is presented with 2 areas. One, background about the topic and information about it, and then the second section has to do with the actual resources, and in some cases these are internet links to websites that can provide further information. The plan for 2011, which is also included in, which we linked to, it's not included in your packet, the newer version is included. The 2011 topics were FCC narrowbanding compliance, interoperable channel usage, and that included national channels, regional, and the AIRS channels, and NECP goals, CASM, and TIC-Ps. Now, moving forward, we've actually been soliciting input since your meeting back in January. We've also taken into consideration feedback that's been outside of those solicitations and information that we received. We presented this information at the PSCC meeting on the 17th of last month. So with all of that in mind, and also with some of the state and federal movement, especially in consideration to broadband, this is what we proposed for 2012 interoperability topics. FCC narrowbanding compliance, we feel that it's very important since we're coming up on the ultimate deadline, so we intend to update the information that was included in the plan. The next topic is National Public Safety Broadband Network. This is new. We would like to include it. It was not included in the plan last year. It will incorporate the background information regarding the legislation that was passed, and also the message that wireless broadband will not replace, but will rather supplement land mobile radio. And then the third topic, we plan to update and expand information on NECP gap closure. And as part of this is down at the bottom bullet, interoperable channel usage was a standalone topic for 2011, we intend to incorporate it into the NECP gap closure topic, along with information which we still feel is pertinent about CASM, updating the TIC-Ps, stamps, usage of errors, and other resources. I'm going to flip to the next one. If we need to go back, we can. Our next step is to email out the plan. In fact, we've already posted, I believe, Justin, on our website. It will be up for a 2-week, or it is up for a 2-week comment period. Any additional input that we receive, we'll go ahead and consider it and make additional revisions to the plan if necessary. And then we will post the updated version, which will hopefully be the approval draft, 2 weeks prior to the July PSCC meeting during the powwow. And our hope is that they will approve the plan at that meeting. I'm actually going to go back just so we can look at those interoperability topics once more, and then open it up for any discussion or questions that you have.
I think those are probably the hot topics that are out there, especially the broadband network. I think that's going to generate a lot of discussion throughout the state, and I think people are going to need some information and some direction on particularly what the position of our state is going to be and what direction we're going to be headed. And I think that'll help also drive some of those funding opportunities, if they ever exist again, for us to move forward and start asking for some of that funding to help implement that. And it sounds like the last one is just wrapping in all of the NECP results that you've obtained from around the state, tying it all together into a comprehensive NECP package that we need to close all of those gaps, not just the interoperable channel usage, but everything with it.
And also moving forward with, there are plans to revamp Goal 3, but that's why we removed the Goal 2 language, so that it can also move forward with additional milestones and information that was included in NECP and any changes that they make to Goal 3 during their revision.
And to bring Phoenix and Tucson back into the fold.
Yeah, as I say, the gap closure applies to everybody, Goal 1, Goal 2, and Goal 3, so it shouldn't be tied to any specific goal.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan.